Hello everyone, welcome to my little project. I have recently moved. We have a terrace, so I have decided to plant some flowers. I bought all sorts. As you can see, I've picked some that have a lot of color and fragrance, because I would like lots of different pollinators to come and visit. I already made some of the labels, and here's the rest of it. So I'm gonna plant them in these larger long pots, 4 of them. I've never done something like this, so it's an experiment which I hope that in a few months will bear beautiful fruit, well, flowers and possibly fruit. Let's see how it goes. I am by a noisy road, so I might have to put music over this, but we'll see. First, let me fill in some of the pots. 1 done, 3 to go. Okay, all 4 are now filled. Let's get the plants. One of the first things I want to plant is these bulbs. They are daffodil bulbs. I wanted to keep them. I got them from a friend, so they are already past their duty for this year, but I would like to see them again next year. And done. In the same pot I'm gonna put the freesias and the dahlias. Now, my pots are not very large, and I have no idea how much actual space they would all need, but as I said, it's an experiment. I will learn this year and do better next. Okay, that's done. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, I'm gonna do this one. There are 6 different types, and they will all go in one pot. Okay, I just want to show you that some of these seeds are absolutely minute. You can see, obviously you recognize the sunflower seeds, but look at this one. Poppy seeds are very tiny, and so are the pansies and some of the others. So this should be fun. Okay, pot number 2 is ready. I have decided not to put in all the sunflowers because they usually grow quite tall, so I can replant those another time. And these are the ones that are gonna go in pot number 3, so let me plant them. Just wanted to show you these ones. They have really interesting seeds, or well, they are bulbs of sorts. I've never seen it before. Okay, pot number 3 is planted. And the last one will be a mixture of different types of sweet peas and petunias. Okay, just wanted to show you the difference of size. The large ones are the sweet peas, and the incy tiny ones are the petunias. Such fun. Okay, pot number 4 is planted. What's left is for me to now water them. There we go, my little darlings. Germinate and grow. Let's see what beautiful things you're gonna turn into. How crazy is this? You plant something almost invisible or very small, and then they will turn into absolutely beautiful things. Flowers, plants, whatever it might be. Clever design from a very clever designer. Okay, that's it. Until next time, I will be obviously monitoring it, watering it, and trying to look after it as much as I can, but the rest is up to them. Alright, until next time. Bye. It has been exactly 1 week that I did the big planting session, and I'm just checking if anything has sprouted out, but not yet. I'm very curious. As I told you, this is my first experiment, so I'm curious how long the different seeds will take to pop up. These are the bulbs, so this is a different story. And there's some fresh green at the daffodils, but I think that was already there. Okay, I'll check back in a week. Well, I'll check them more often because I'll water them, but I'll show you next week. This is after 2 weeks that I planted them. Nothing happening here or here as far as I can see, but they're happening here. Look, there's loads of little poppy plants coming up, and the godetia, I'm not quite sure how you say it. And I just noticed here in the corner, where are you? There, that's one of the sunflower seeds, and I can see that it's sprouting, so we should see it in a week's time. And not a lot happening here either. I think that maybe the freesia, one of the freesia bulbs is gonna pop. I'll pick it up in a week. Let's see the changes after 3 weeks. The sweet peas are popping out. No petunias yet. And nothing in box number 2. But a lot happening in box number 3. The sunflowers are growing. Look, you can even see the seeds. See? Poppies. And the godetias. The other 2 are not, because there are scatterings. Oh no, it's pansies as well. Okay. And what's happening here with the bulbs? I can see a little sprouting there on the dahlia, and not much else. Okay, let's pick it up next week. Another week has passed. Let's see the progress. They started growing, and I can even see tiny petunias there. None of you, but the anemone are nicely growing, and I'm not sure, nothing there yet either. Sunflowers grown a lot, and the poppies, and everything else has started growing in this box. And there's more sprouts on the dahlia, and I think, oopsie, the freesia is starting there. Okay, I'll check back in a week. After 5 weeks, sweet peas are growing nicely, and the petunias have started to pop out. The only one that's done nothing yet is the ranunculus. Nothing. The anemone is growing, and that one, I think that the bulbs are starting to work slowly. And in this one, everybody's growing. The tiniest ones are the forget-me-nots, but they're getting there. And the dahlias have sprouted more new shoots. And the freesias slowly are doing something. I'm not expecting the daffodils to do anything because they already blossomed, so they are to stay till next year. Though they might surprise me. Let's see what's happening after 6 weeks. Peas are growing nicely, and the petunias are finally trying to grow as well. And there's a first sprout of the ranunculus. Anemones are beautiful, and that one is not really moving yet. And this is the box of abundance. Everything's growing nicely. You're lovely, all of you. And the dahlias have sprouted out and growing beautifully. And the freesias are not moving yet. Okay. After 7 weeks, sweet peas are growing nicely. And the petunias have grown a bit since last week. And I can see finally a little ranunculus popping out. These are looking good. And oh yeah, they're sprouting as well. Yay! This is the busy box that's doing really well. Everything's going nicely. Well done, guys. And the dahlia's grown a lot. Look at that. And not a lot else. Okay. After 8 weeks, most things are growing nicely. And I can see finally a shoot. Where are you? There you are. Of the ranunculus. And also the crocosmias are now shooting up. The box of abundance is looking splendid. And so are the dahlias. Look, they've grown a lot. And freesias are still thinking about it, but there is sprouting. After 10 weeks, everything's growing. Well, almost everything. And guess what? I have my first flower! Purple anemone. And there's more. There's buds there and buds under there. I'm very happy with you, and you're so pretty. And then everything's growing here as well. And my dahlias have grown so much. And the freesias are still thinking about popping out. Okay, this is week 12. Sweet peas have grown a lot. They want to climb onto the railing. What are you? I forgot. Oh yeah, these are the petunias. They're doing well. And then here, the anemone has blossomed. I've already had a few other blooms that are already gone. It's in 3 colors. I'm very happy with that. And here as well, sunflowers are so-so. And the poppies have started having buds as well. And then the godetias are looking great. And the beautiful dahlias, nice and tall. And look, they have started having buds as well. And the freesia is still trying to make up its mind. And this is exactly what I wanted. Look, hello little darling. Welcome to my tiny patch. You can tell your friends to come along as well. There's another one you missed. Okay. Look at that. That's my first sweet pea flower. It just popped out today. And next to it, the petunias are starting to form buds. We shall see them blossom in the next few days. And the lovely anemone in different colors. Look at them. So pretty. I'm so happy. And then some pretty poppies. They have been consistently blooming over the past week and a half. There's another one just there. And there's loads of buds. And I can also see that the godetias are having buds as well. And so is the beautiful dahlia, which has grown really, really tall. Look, there they are, forming nicely. And there's even color peeking through. Hey, focus. Okay, I'll show them to you again later, in a few days. This is week 16, I think, and look! I have lots of sweet bee blossoms and also some of the pods forming. Oh, look at that little one! And my petunias look beautiful. And in this pod the last anemone is budding. The rest have finished their journey and are now forming seeds, and I'm letting them do that. The crocomia has grown nicely, so I'm expecting to see them bloom, but the ranunculus has never come out, so those were defective. In this pot, sunflowers and the godetias have started blooming. They look so pretty. I have pulled out the poppy remnants, and let's see what else, because I think I planted too many things in here. So let's see what else will come up. And my first dahlia I showed you before has now bloomed away. But here's the other one, and it has a lovely visitor. Hello, little bee. You're welcome. And the freesias just don't wanna... That sprout has been struggling there for weeks. Not sure how to help them. And introducing a new pot. There's two types of roses here that I had in pots inside the house, and now that their blooms have finished, I thought I'll give them more space and plant them out in a bigger pot. And also there's a little succulent which I'm not sure if it's gonna make it because it was dying, so let's see. 2 weeks have passed again and my freesia is still struggling. It wants to come out, but I don't know what it doesn't like. My dahlias are blooming. There's several flowers like this in this color, and then there is this beautiful yellow one as well. I already had one, I think I showed you before. The godetias have been blooming steadily ever since they started. There's flowers coming every day, love them. And the sunflowers now have buds, so we shall see them soon, I hope. This is my last anemone. I have trimmed the rest. The crocomia is still growing, and I just planted something that looks absolutely dead. I found it in a garden center, abandoned. They still sold it for £1, so I bought it. It's a mock orange shrub, which is one of my very favorites, so I thought I'll give it a go. Let's see if it wants to come back to life. The petunias are looking gorgeous as well. They have been blooming steadily, and my sweet peas have stopped blooming. I have decided to keep 3 of the pods to have more pea beans or whatever they are called for next year, and those are very nicely. I pinched off the rest. Hopefully it's gonna continue blooming. And my 2 little roses, I just noticed that the yellow one has decided to have some more blooms. There's more there, oopsie, sorry. And the other ones has been growing new leaves. That's a pink one. Hopefully she's gonna bloom as well in a few weeks or so. The little rosebuds are starting to pop. There's more there. The petunias are faithfully blooming all the time. Sweet peas had enough, but those 3 pods I left for seeds. They are growing well, and I have a few new blooms as well. No change here yet. The crocomias are growing. I'm waiting for them to start shooting flower sprouts, and look! Finally the first sunflower. Oopsie, look at that little beauty. and another one there. And the godetias have been amazing as well. They just continued blooming non-stop. And my beautiful dahlias, they all bloomed away, but there's a few other buds to come. It's been over 5 months I planted everything in these pots on the terrace, and the dahlias have been blossoming beautifully. Now there's none. I'm keeping 2 pots to see if I can get some seeds. 2 little phlox flowers finally came out, but I had loads and loads of beautiful godetias. They've been faithful as well. I have some mini sunflowers. Finally, it took them a long time. But yeah, they have been blooming for the last few weeks as well. The crocosmia has grown beautifully, but they still have some growing to do before they bloom. And I think the petunias were the most amazing of them all. There's not too many flowers now, but they just bloomed and bloomed and bloomed some more. Sweet peas were so-so. They didn't do as well as I thought they might. I'm keeping 3 pods to let them grow fully, and I'm letting them ripen so I can keep the seeds for next year. And then these lovely latecomers that were indoor plants and now they're outdoor plants. Again, beautifully blooming for the 2nd time. I already had a gorgeous one I've taken inside, and I spotted that the pink one, this one will be pink in a week or so. I'll show it to you when we come to it. She has some buds as well. So, lots of lovely flowers. I'm very happy. The mini roses are continuing to bloom. I have taken 2 of them inside, and look, the other one, the pinky orange one, is blooming. And so are the petunias. They have been amazing for the last few months. And I wanted to show you the sweet pea pods I've been waiting to dry. I don't know if it's gonna pick up the sound. Anyway, they are now ripe, and I will harvest them and keep the seeds for next year. The freesias have been a failed experiment. There is that little shoot that's been struggling for months, and it's not really going anywhere, but there's still time. Mini sunflowers are doing all right. Can we show you? No. The crocomias look beautiful, but I still can't see any shoots preparing for the blooms. And I have added a few little succulents, and I'm still keeping my hopes for this very dry, dead looking mock orange plant. I'll keep it there for a while longer, and let's see what's gonna come of it. Okay, these are the sweet pea seeds. Each had in it about 5. Look at them. They look good to me. I will make sure they stay dry and keep them for next year. These are godetia seeds. I have just harvested them and shaken them out from the pots. So the experiment will continue into next year, when I will plant them, and hopefully I will have my own godetias. I'm so happy about this. This is the last part of my terrace flowers experiment. I still have some petunias blooming beautifully. They have been so faithful. I also have a lovely rose, but it's mid-October, so I'm sure this is the last one. The crocomias have grown, but they never bloomed. I don't know if we'll get there at all. I had loads of beautiful godetias, and now there's just some leftover whatever else just popped up after I pulled the rest of the things out. And I already pruned a part of the dahlias. I think there is a bud there. One last little flower. And the freesias, except that tiny little sprout, they never bloomed. So this was my experiment for this year. I did have some lovely flowers over the summer months, and I'll try again next year. Bye!